Chad Moyer with you here on the Rural Radio Network. We're back in northeast Nebraska for another Fridays in the Field segment. It's brought to you by FNBO, the Great Big Small Bank. Once again, we're visiting with Jeff Baker. He farms near Pender, between Pender and Macy in northeast Nebraska. First of all, give us the update. Over the last month or 6 weeks, you've kind of rode the roller coaster again here in northeast Nebraska. What have conditions been like here over the last month?
It's been a lot of different conditions. Beginning August, we were cooler, rainy, gave us a little hope that something might finish all right. As we're speaking today, we're just coming out of last week that it was 100 for 4 or 5 days and absolutely torched everything, and not a whole lot of moisture in between, I guess, early August and now. It ended up kind of throwing us into the finish I think a lot of us were expecting with the way the rest of the summer had gone. I think crops are going to be a lot like last year, maybe slightly better than last year, but it's going to leave a little something to be desired this year.
Yeah. To that point, have you talked with some of your neighbors? I know, we're in cattle country. There's a fair amount of silage that comes off through here. Have you talked to any neighbors? How has that silage harvest gone so far?
Yeah, I have a neighbor right up the road from my farm, one of my buddies. They were chopping 2 weeks ago, that just got appraised. It's at last year, if not maybe 10, 20 bushels better as an average. He did have one bottom field that was around 200, so I mean that was a little bit surprising, but no, the numbers that he was seeing were definitely better than last year, so there's something to look forward to, I guess.
Last time we were here, we were talking about, one of the experiments, one of the things that you wanted to do on your farm was to do a double shot of fungicide on the corn and see if that would pan out for your operation. Did that ever happen? Whatever came of that?
I tried. I kind of chickened out. I wanted to do less acres just because of the growing season we were having. The week that it really, really needed to be done was actually that early August, where it was kind of rainy, it was windy a couple mornings, and the aerial guys just couldn't do anything that week in general. Then it got pushed off. He had a few other things he had to finish up, and by the time he could actually do it, it was just getting kind of too late where I didn't think it'd be nearly as well worth it. So no, I actually ended up not getting to that particular experiment this year, I guess.
Well, and that makes me wonder, one of the reasons we kind of selected you to follow this summer is because of the on-farm research that you do for your operation. The year that we've had, will you be able to take a number of those to completion and get usable data out of it?
They will all be taken to completion. What I learn and what I go with going forward, that may be different. No, anything that I was comparing, I mean, from biologicals in furrow, different fertilizer stuff, different spray, over-the-top fungicide, stuff like that, I'll still be able to get all the side-by-side information and see what kind of difference it made. With a year like this, if there's not a whole lot of difference, then a guy does kind of wonder, okay, was that the year that made it not work, or what brought that about? By all means, if you see a 10, 15 bushel gain, again, you kind of have to wonder, okay, under normal conditions, what does that do? So no, I'll definitely look at everything and get numbers on anything that I was trying to look at. How much faith you put in that going forward, I guess that will vary on what I'm looking at.
Might need another year.
Exactly. That's and oddly enough, last year there were a few experiments this year that I also looked at last year and had the exact same problem. So yeah, there's going to be a few things for the third year that I'm trying to figure out.
Yep. All right. So I guess again, considering the year that we've been through, Jeff, if things went your way and harvest is as good as it could be, how long do you think it'd take to get through your fields? Oh,
that's an excellent question. I can't say. I usually just start and go and don't really pay attention. But no, it'll take me, I'm sure, between beans bouncing around. And that's the thing. I might start this afternoon and do a little bit. I'm under no idea that I'm going to keep going, though. Actually, right next to us, these more green-looking beans, that's my next number. So, I mean, even if I got started today, I might not be going full until the end of next week or something like that. Beans usually take, I suppose, week and a half, couple weeks, if we're going well and everything's going smooth. Corn will take me another couple, 3 weeks after that, I'm sure. So it'd be a good month and a half probably before I'm all finished up.
Yep, gotcha. All right. Jeff, thank you so much for taking the time and allowing us to follow you again here this summer. Again, we've been visiting with Jeff Baker. He is from Pender, Nebraska, farms Pender, Macy area, and is allowing us to follow him here this summer on Fridays in the Field, brought to you by FNBO. Chad Moyer reporting.